Welcome to Blockly for Robolink. Blockly for Robolink is a visual coding platform that is especially designed to provide you with a custom coding experience and help you take your CoDrone EDU to new heights. In this video, we will be taking a tour of all the features you'll find in Blockly for Robolink, including the Workspace, the Connection window, the Code Blocks menu, Managing Blocks, Program Controls, the Application menu, the Tools panel, Sensor Dashboard. Before getting started, be sure that you are using Google Chrome. This will provide you with the best programming experience, and some features might not be available in other browsers. Let's break down our workspace. The Workspace. The Workspace is everything you see on your screen. It also includes data that is stored in Blockly for Robolink. The data includes anything that is placed in the trash can and color data that has been saved. The main and largest part of your workspace is your coding area. This is where you will build your program. The Connection window. In the bottom left corner of your workspace, you'll find a small window with a button that says Connect. In order for us to see how all parts of Blockly for Robolink work, first, we need to connect our CoDrone EDU. To do this, you will need the drone, a battery, your controller, and the data cable that came with your kit. First, let's power on our drone using the battery. Then we're going to go ahead and plug in our controller using the data cable. Once you plug in your controller, you'll notice that the drone and controller should automatically be paired, and your controller should go into link state. If your drone does not go into link state, you'll need to press the power button once to switch into link state. If you are using the JROTC edition, you'll need to press and hold the power button until the controller turns on. Then you'll need to press the power button once to enter link state. Now that we are powered on and paired, we can go ahead and connect our CoDrone EDU to Blockly. To do so, we will go to the Connections window and click Connect. When we do so, a pop-up window will appear where we will be able to select our drone in the window. Once we do, we can click Connect, and you'll notice that our connection window has turned green and says CoDrone EDU. Now that we are connected, we can start building programs. The Code Blocks menu. On the left-hand side, you will see the Code Blocks menu. We will learn about different categories as you progress through each of the lessons on Robolink Learn. For now, we'll take a look at a few different categories so that we get the feel for how Blockly works. To open up a menu, you simply click on the title. Some of the menus you'll find have sub-menus with different blocks in them. To build a program, you simply click on a block and drag it to your code area. You can add additional blocks to build more complex programs. The more blocks that you add to your code area, the more exciting your programs will be. You'll notice that some blocks have a settings wheel on them. This allows you to add additional options to that block. This allows you to make more decisions or gives you more control over exactly what your CoDrone EDU is doing. Managing blocks. When building programs, we don't always build them perfectly or neatly the first time. There are a few tools that we can use to help us manage and organize our programs. The first thing that we'll learn how to do is delete blocks. One way to delete a block is by simply clicking and dragging it over to the Blocks menu and letting go. You can also click on a block and drag it down to the trash can and let it go, and it'll delete. You are also able to click on a block, highlight it in yellow, and click the delete button on your keyboard. You are also able to right-click on a block and click delete, and that will get rid of the block as well. If you are unhappy with your decision of deleting blocks, or you accidentally got rid of blocks that you didn't mean to, you have several ways to get those blocks back. The first is by going to the menu button up at the top of your screen, clicking Edit, and clicking Undo. You'll also notice that in that Edit button, you had a redo option as well. You can also undo an action by coming down to the bottom of your workspace and clicking the back arrow. You'll see that the blocks have returned to our workspace. Lastly, you are able to use your keyboard controls to undo actions as well. So Control Z on a Windows machine and Control Y to redo, or Command Z on a Mac for undo, and Command and Shift plus Z to redo. There's one final way for you to get blocks back if you've deleted them from your workspace, and that is by going to the trash can in the bottom right corner and dragging and dropping the blocks back to your workspace. Another useful tool that is helpful in managing your programs is our commenting tool. To comment on a block, you right-click on the block and click Add Comment. You'll see a question mark appear that you can then click on. Then you can go ahead and type in your comment. Comments are really important tools for telling other programmers what your program does in case they aren't familiar with it. Sometimes when we're creating programs, we like to try out a lot of different blocks and our workspace ends up very cluttered. We can do several things to help us stay organized. First, we are better able to see what we have in our code area by using a couple of the buttons down in the bottom right corner. We can use the center button to center our code area. Often, if you see that there are blocks that are off the screen still, it means that we probably have other blocks that we can't see. We can use the zoom in, zoom out features to be able to see if there are other blocks. If we do have other blocks, we can use the clean up button to bring all of our blocks nice and neatly into one organized line. This way we can see which blocks we have on our code area and which blocks we don't actually really need for this program. Something that is important to note is that any blocks that are in your code area when you click the Run button will attempt to be executed by your CoDrone EDU. You do not have to have an event block on your program in order for it to run. For instance, if you have two separate code stacks that are on your code area, Blockly will attempt to run both. It'll start in the upper leftmost part of the code area and work its way down to the bottom rightmost part of the code area. So in this case, Blockly will run this code stack first, and then it will move on to this code stack because it is slightly lower than our first. One thing you can do to test out each code stack is to use the event block when Run button clicked to test each stack out individually. When I connect the when Run button clicked to the first code stack, you will see that all the colors show up again. If I were to hit run, only this stack would work. If I remove that stack of code from the when Run button clicked block, and then place that block on the second stack of code, if I were to hit run, only this stack would work. Program controls. At the top of your screen, you'll find 3 buttons. These are the program controls. Clicking the Run button will execute your program. Clicking the Land button will bring your drone safely to the ground in a controlled fashion. And clicking the Stop button will perform an emergency stop, which should be used only in case of emergencies, and you should attempt to catch your drone when it falls out of the air. The application menu. Next to the program controls, you'll find the application menu. In the application menu, you'll find File, Edit, and Help. Under File, you are able to download your code as an XML file so you can re-upload it at a later time and continue to work on the same program. Open will allow you to open an XML file that perhaps you created on a different device or an earlier day that you want to continue to work on. New will open up a new tab, and the last option is Save Code as Image. This will download your program as a PNG file. Under Edit, we'll see some of the same options that we already talked about. We have the cleanup, which we did with the lines at the bottom of our screen. We also have our undo and our redo buttons. But we also have a clear workspace. This option, when you click it, will get rid of everything that is in our code area. The last option is Help. Here you can access Robolink help, settings, system requirements, and see if there are any new versions that need to be loaded for Blockly. You can load the latest version of Blockly by hitting refresh. The Tools panel. All the way to the right-hand side, you'll notice some small round icons. This is your tools panel. You'll find several tools here that you can use with your programs. The first is the console. The console can be used anytime that you want to print anything out in your program, or you want to receive any sort of data from your drone. So for example, if I wanted to print out a statement like, "Hello world," I could type it into a print command, and if I were to hit run, you would see that "Hello world" prints to the console. I also mentioned that you can use the console to receive data. So if I wanted to get sensor data, like get front color, I can actually connect it to print, and as long as our drone is sitting flat on the table, it'll tell us what color it sees. The next tool is our color tool. We'll learn a lot more about this in our lesson about the color sensor. Below our color tool, you'll find a show in Python. Let's take our program that we worked on earlier. You can see that we have the blocks on the left-hand side, but if we zoom in to the right, we're able to see what each of those blocks looks like in Python. If we wanted to, we could actually open up this program in Python so we can manipulate the code there as well. The last tool in our tools panel is our documentation page. On this page, you'll be able to go to our block documentation and see a whole glossary of blocks related to the CoDrone EDU. As you scroll through them, you'll find that it gives you the block, the code behind that block, a description of the block, any parameters that the block will take, if it returns any data, as well as an example of how to use that code. You can then open that code up in Blockly to test it out. Sensor dashboard. Our final stop on this tour is probably my favorite feature of our coding platforms, our sensor dashboard. To open the dashboard, click on the double arrow in the upper right corner. The sensor dashboard gives you an overview of all of the sensors on your drone. You'll notice that if you pick your drone up, a lot of the numbers and the sensors will change as you move the drone around. You'll also notice that some of the sensors are disabled when the drone is picked up and moving, as opposed to sitting still on a table. Using the sensor dashboard will be really useful when you begin to use the sensor blocks. This will allow you to double check that your sensors are returning the right data and that all of your sensors are in working order. I know that I covered a lot of information in this video, but we will make sure that you get to practice using each of these components before building your first program. If you're not already there, head over to Robolink Learn to get started.